Hi everyone, we are Team Blue and Red, consisting of myself, Nadia, and Eric. We were part of the deep learning track and were mentored by Kevin. We would like to start our presentation by showing a small clip.
911, what's your emergency?
Somebody just ran through my school.
What do you mean?
Somebody drove through the front of my school.
Okay, the car's still there?
Yes.
Anybody injured?
I have no idea. I can't get back there yet because I'm on the phone.
Okay, into the back of the school?
No, right into the window where my kids are.
Okay, can you check on the kids, please?
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh. It's a vehicle into the child care center.
Now, most of us must be thinking one of these things. Oh, how unfortunate. Were there any casualties? Hope this never happens again. But did any of us turn our attention to this exchange that happens between the emergency medical dispatcher and the caller? This is clearly a matter of life and death. Any error in this situation would cost us not in money, but in lives. Yet not many of us even care about the process behind first responder calls. Our product does just that. It cares about this behind the scenes pipeline, optimizes it, and helps responders save lives. Before diving into how we do that, let's first talk about why we even need to. As you can see on the slides, we have the profile of two EMDs, Becky and John. Becky's been a dispatcher for 6 years now. She works 12 hours a day, even on holidays. On the other hand, John is a new trainee who is not much older than we are. These are real people with problems and limitations, and yet trying their best to assist those in accidents and emergencies. So what are these problems and limitations that Becky and John face? Firstly, responders have the 13th most stressful job in the country compared to 600 others. 911 dispatchers like Becky work almost 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and sometimes with mandatory overtime. Research also shows that around 30% of first responders develop issues like depression and PTSD. Secondly, human limitations. As you may have noticed in the video, callers are often inaudible. They're in a state of panic and are usually surrounded by a lot of background noise. Additionally, responders are responsible for relaying crucial information to those who can help on scene, including ERs and hospitals. This relay of information from the responders to these people is often error-prone and slow. Lastly is the case of new trainees like John. Our research shows that the only requirement for this job is often just a high school diploma and a 3 to 6 month training. New dispatchers like John can feel overwhelmed and isolated as high call volumes tie them to their desks. In 2021, at least 30 Atlanta dispatchers resigned. Hence, our tool is aimed at making a dispatcher's work easier and promote retention. Passing it on to Eric.
Okay, thank you. Our product aims to optimize the process from receiving the call to relaying the information. We want to reduce the possibility of error and make the responder's life easier. So how exactly do we do that? First, we pass our noisy raw phone call data into the autoencoder-based denoising model. This works great with traffic and siren noises, and it outputs the audio with the noise greatly reduced. Next, this audio goes into an ASR system that transcribes the phone call into text. The text is then passed into a keyword detector and classifier, along with an address detector and parser. The information from this is then used to generate a valuable report. This is our product. This report is visual to the dispatcher, can be sent to the paramedic team, the ER, and used for documentation purposes. Our tool is meant to seamlessly integrate with the systems used by the responders and work from there. As seen in the mockup, the report consists of crucial information such as the geolocation of the accident, label classifiers for the type of emergency, level of risk, and pertaining department. This is an example of the audio before and after we've put it through our denoiser. As you can see, the second audio wave file gets rid of most constant noises and tones down other non-voice noises.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh. It's a vehicle into the child care center.
Hey, are there kids hurt?
This is the example of our transcribed text, which you can see isn't exactly perfect. It's getting better every day as we train and tweak the ASR system. After we've received the transcribed text, the keyword analysis returns the information. And for this example, we've highlighted the keywords and address. All right, on to Nadia.
Coming to the evaluation of our model, we picked 4 string metrics: cosine similarity, Jacquard index, Yarrow-Winkler similarity, and Liebenstein distance. The first 3 metrics measure the similarity between 2 strings, and thus values should be close to 1. Liebenstein distance, the last metric, measures how many edits would be needed to make the 2 texts the exact same. To evaluate our denoising model, we compared the transcription of the raw and filtered audio with the real script. As you can see on the bar plot on the left, the filtered audio, represented in red, is more similar to the clean audio than the raw audio for all 3 metrics. In the chart on the right, the Liebenstein distance is much lower for the filtered audio, which also signifies that it is closer to the real transcript, and hence more cleaned up to the degree that it can actually be understood. To evaluate our automatic speech recognition system, ASR, we found the similarity between the real script and the ASR script generated with clean audio, and found that the ASR system was able to create a transcript very similar to the actual one written by humans. Next, coming to market analysis. We found 2 significant competitors that we found through market research, which are BlueWorks and MDGo. BlueWorks uses an interactive voice response platform, IVR, to completely replace human responders on a call, and MDGo decides whether or not an ambulance is needed by using AI and knowledge of forces applied on a passenger. While both contain useful tools, they also aim to replace human contact in the emergency response system. So what makes our product unique? Our product, on the contrary, aims to assist the responder in their tasks. We want them to focus on responding to the caller and assuring them of help to prevent panic, and to not need to worry about documenting details and multitasking. We aim to aid and not replace. We believe that it is crucial for a human to be behind the call, to support the caller, and it's aimed to assist the transference of information to help the first responders respond with greater efficiency. Lastly, our next steps. We will implement a more powerful custom name entity recognition system trained especially on medical and clinical terminology, instead of the manual keyword detection and classification. We actually originally intended to do so, but were unable to, as we lacked time and free data sets, and we were unable to find free data sets for training. We also intend to fine-tune the denoiser to fit specific situations by training it to certain audios that match each situation, such as traffic noises, and to connect our product to the actual 911 system. Of course, we intend to continue to improve the efficacy of our product. For the purpose of this presentation and due to time constraints, we chose to focus our tool on traffic road accidents, but we hope to adapt this idea to other hotlines as well, such as crisis helplines that handle sexual violence and assault cases, and natural disaster helplines. That is our presentation, and thank you for listening. It has been a delight to work on this project and to showcase our product. Thank you to Kevin and the Sure Start program for the opportunity to learn and all the guidance. And finally, thank you to the judges for your precious time. If anyone has any questions, we would be welcome to answer them now.
That was a nice presentation. Thank you so much.